I've always been a good saver my whole life. Saving money, the definition of money when I thought it was back then, cash, fiat currency. And, I always knew that, you had to earn more, spend less, and invest the rest, right? It's a 3-step process. And in order to do that, you got to have more money coming in than you have coming out. And if you didn't have more than you had coming out, then you had to figure out a way to cut your expenses or try to make a little bit more money. And I try to do both, a little bit of both. But as I've been on this journey since mid 2020s, July 2020, and I found out about the true money, and I believe Bitcoin is in that category of decentralized assets. I've come to realize that the best savings account I've ever had is silver and Bitcoin, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Physical silver, when you have it in your possession, it's so beautiful, man. It's great. It's you guys are silver stackers, you already know, right? And the reason I don't say gold or platinum is because I will trade in gold and platinum for silver. I don't think I'm going to trade silver in for gold or platinum unless the gold to silver ratio or the platinum to silver ratio changes. Platinum's, is a closer one to silver than gold is. But the reason I'm saying that because I have to look at my actual actions. And I've actually traded in some platinum for silver, and I've traded in all my gold for silver. I don't have any gold anymore. And the reason being, I had to ask myself, how many ounces of silver am I willing to give up for 1 ounce of gold? And if that number doesn't match up to the gold to silver ratio, then I'm like, if that's the case, then why am I sitting on this gold when I can just turn around and get 70 ounces of silver? Right? If somebody offered me a gold eagle or gold buffalo, and they told me, hey, I'll give you 40 ounces of silver, right? Now, this is a hypothetical world where I couldn't take the gold or silver or whatever I'm trading for and then immediately turn it in to something else because of the gold to silver ratio, what's going on in the world. I'm talking about the one that say, hey, you got to do this and keep it for however long, right? If it was 40 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold, I'd have to consider that. I probably would do that. But I don't know. I don't know. Because I always look at the 16-to-1 ratio. You know what I mean? And that number pops up a lot, 15, 16, where it shows like how many ounces are actually coming out of the ground and this, that, and the third. But you got to look into the future, and every day, week, month, year that goes by, silver is getting less and less abundant on this planet. So as of today, would I do it 40-to-1? I don't know, man. It depends on how long I had to hold it, I guess. But I feel like in the next 5 to 15 to 20 years, silver is going to be rapidly, the usage rate is going to go extremely high because of all this green energy stuff and all the different usages of silver and the non-usages of gold, right? So definitely silver is a much better, in my personal opinion, savings account than gold. Platinum is a better one to me, a savings account than gold. I still have platinum, even though I traded some in for silver, and I traded some platinum in to a guy that loves platinum, and I love Engelhard bars, and I traded I traded him a few ounces of silver, a few ounces of platinum, and he gave me some Engelhard bars, and I love Engelhard, so it was a no-brainer for me, and we both, made out on that trade. We really both were happy about that. And I'll make a video specifically on how to do trades and stuff with some people. And so with the platinum situation, it's like that's more tougher than gold, because if somebody offered me gold for platinum, it depends on the ratio. I wouldn't do it. I like my platinum better than gold because it has more utility, much more utility than gold, just not as much as silver. Now, you guys are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I got to tell the truth here. It's exactly the same way with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is my #1 savings account. Silver is a close second, but I've actually done this. I would not trade Bitcoin for silver unless it was just an extreme arbitrage situation that I could turn around and immediately sell it. But I'm talking about the same rules I talked about before, where you had to wait a certain amount of time that you couldn't trade it. Long term, I do believe Bitcoin is the best and the #1 asset as far as what's gonna do the best. And silver is gonna do very, very well. Silver is gonna do very, very well. I just don't think it's gonna do as well as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is gonna have so many different usages. There'll be more people involved with Bitcoin, a lot more people in the future, in my opinion, involved in transacting in Bitcoin than they will with silver. Even though I just said, and silver is my favorite metal, you guys know that, all the utility usages and things like that silver will have. As far as a monetary situation is going, Bitcoin is going to be up there, especially with the way the monetary and the fiscal policies are going now around the world, not just in America, around the world. Silver is a global asset, but Bitcoin, I believe, is the future, because we're just going into so much technology and different electric things going on. Bitcoin is just going to be crazy. And that is my hypothesis. I don't know that to be a fact, but I have to look at the actual data, and I can't use a bias. I have to look for the truth. And I truly believe, based on my understanding from studying Bitcoin and silver and gold and platinum, that's my hypothesis. I truly believe Bitcoin is going to be absolutely insane. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now, and I'm going to make a video when and if this does happen. If Bitcoin drops down to under $10,000, I'm going to trade quite a bit of my silver, and I'm going to keep my deep stack of silver. There's certain silver I just will not trade, like my Inglehards, my Johnson Mattheys, and stuff like that. Those are stuff are going to be deep in the stack. That's my deep stack. I'm going to be trading in some of my silver, quite a few of my silver ounces for Bitcoin, and I'm going to get a few Bitcoins if that's the case. If it gets under $10,000, which I'm hoping it does, because I believe in the future it's gonna really do what I thought silver was going to do when I first started. I thought, because I would listen to certain videos and silver's going to go to 1,000 an ounce and this and that and the third. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But do I believe that Bitcoin will go to 7 figures? Yes, I do. And I don't mean it by, I'm trying to measure it by dollars. It's not about that. It's about how many ounces of silver is it going to take to get me the things that I want. And I think silver is definitely going to keep up with inflation and beat inflation. Meaning, I think 1 ounce of silver in 10 years will do more for me and you guys than 1 ounce of silver did 40 years ago, if you get my drift, right? So let's just say it took, I don't know, 1,000 ounces of silver or something to buy a house. I don't know the number. I'm just, I believe that in 10 years, it'll be less silver ounces to take to buy that same house, because I think just the utility level is just going to go through the roof. But with Bitcoin being so young and new and just the absolute almost perfect digital money, and if you guys study it and believe it and understand that, you'll understand what I'm saying. Bitcoin is broken up into 100 million Satoshis. It takes 100 million Satoshis to make 1 Bitcoin. And I truly believe, and I could be wrong, I believe they're going to have to probably even divide it up even more, because there's 8 billion people here, ladies and gentlemen, and people are doing everything electronically and from their phones. They're doing that on purpose, that they're taking away the physical cash. It's hard to get $100 bills as much as it used to be. There's no more $1,000 bills, which it doesn't make any sense. There should be more $1,000 bills than there were back then. But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. So the best savings account for me personally, based on my hypothesis, based on my studying, is Bitcoin. Silver is number 2. But I believe in the future, not only will Bitcoin be the best savings account, but I believe it'll be the best money ever made in man-made history. I really believe that. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Go ahead and curse me out in the comment section below. If you do disagree with me, tell me why you disagree with me, and also tell me how much you have studied Bitcoin. Right? Again, guys, Just because I say Bitcoin is great, that doesn't mean I don't love silver. I absolutely love silver. When Bitcoin is down like this, I mean, it's down from 69,900 or something, it's high, down to in the $18,000 range, 16, 15. I should be trading in a bunch of silver, but I'm not. I'm still holding my silver because I absolutely love it. But again, if it goes, dips down, I'm going to do it. So let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do me a favor, guys. Keep your head on a swivel. Fight for freedom and tell everybody that you love that this world is crazy. And I'll be talking more about that in the next video. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.